So I have a question. How does it feel to be in luxury? For those who have been rocking with me, you already know what it feels like because you're getting so many gems. We have so many great conversations. For those who are new, in order for you to be in luxury, my love, which you can because the guest list is open, go to SAVETHEGOODGIRL.com, enter your email address, and you will be in the VIP newsletter list. And you will be the first to know about when I post new blog posts and anything that's going on with Save the Good Girl. I write new blog posts every single week. And I find that it's like I wanted to do both, right? I wanted to have something for your ears, but I also want to have something for your eyes. And if you're not following me on social media, this is another great way to kind of like see what's going on, especially if you like to read. I like to write. And I found that like I was writing blog posts every so often, and I told myself recently, I'm going to start writing a blog post every single week only because people are checking for it. You guys like it. So I'm going to start writing my blog post every single week, and I want you to know when I do it. So please, if you have not already, subscribe to SaveTheGoodGirl.com. I do not sell your email, boo. Please don't worry about it. Like, you only going to get it from me. It's only going to be for me. And also, I am on social media. Instagram came out with Threads, so I'm on there as well. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I am on TikTok. I got to do better. There's nothing on there right now, but I will get there soon. Sooner than later, I will get on TikTok as well. But please subscribe on SaveTheGoodGirl.com, boo, so you know what's going on. So if you don't know, S.O.E stands for Shot of Erica. And Shot of Erica is the only shot that you need for your mind, your soul, your emotions, or just some great conversation. Just like your shot of tequila, espresso, or green juice, it gets you exactly where you need to be in a short period of time. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. The S.O.E episodes are no more than 20 minutes. And then on Friday, we really get into some conversation. So this is perfect for a break. You know, in between appointments, you just drop off the kids or you're home, you're chilling, drinking your coffee, and you just want a nice companion. I got you, boo. I got you. I'm here. And we got something really good to talk about today. So a few months ago, I was really struggling in the morning. And it was because I was having some difficulty sleeping at night due to overthinking. Maybe some of you have experienced that. Have you ever experienced that? Because there was a time where I could not sleep. Like, I would be in my bed sometimes at 9 just to prepare myself to sleep. And it would be 2:30 in the morning and I'm still not sleeping, knowing that I have to be up at 6:45, maybe 7 to get ready to go to work. So it wasn't working for me in terms of productivity. I still did my job, but I was extremely exhausted because I was overthinking. I was, going through a rough transition, whatever transition you may be going through, that sometimes can happen. So I wasn't sleeping. So what happened? So in that sense, I would wake up in the morning and I would be rushing all the time. I would be rushing to take a shower, rushing to brush my teeth, rushing to get dressed, rushing, getting in my car. It's like I'm always getting things done to the minute. And I just didn't like the way it made me feel. And, when I was going through what I'm still going through, grief, I realized that you need to have something to look forward to. You need to have something to look forward to. Like, even if it's like you meeting up with a friend after work or after school to get a drink or go to Starbucks or to talk. Even if it's like on Friday night, I'm going to try a new restaurant. Even if it's like Saturday, I'm watching a new movie. I realized that in life in general, we need to have things to look forward to keep us excited and ignited. And if we don't, it can really seem very daunting and depressive. So when I was getting out of my depression, what helped me was having things to look forward to. So I loved making dates with people like, oh, Tuesday at 7, I'm doing this, or Wednesday at 8, I'm doing that. So that really helped, right? Like having something to look forward to. But day to day, right? I'm not with people all the time. So yes, I had things to look forward to. And yes, I was using all the techniques that I talked to you guys about in the last episode. So the last episode, I talked about the 5 stages of support. And support is not just physical. There's other things and people that we can utilize to help support us as we're going through a rough time. And I talked all about it in the last episode. So if you haven't listened, take a look. It is so good. And I work really hard on making my voice very even peeled, like vulnerable, raw, but very easy to listen to. That's what I would like. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be like, oh my God, this is Erica. I know it's so depressed. No, I want you to feel like, oh, this was actually a really great episode. It was phenomenal. I want to share it with people, which I hope you guys do. So, getting into this space of not feeling my best, not feeling good. I'm tired. Yes, I have these dates, like I'm doing all these things, but I still feel a little off. And that's when I decided, okay, one day, and it was on accident, but I was up really, really early. So I decided, let me just get ready. Let me just get ready and let me just go to work. Nobody was there. And I loved it. I loved getting up early, going to work, and there was nobody there. I could read my emails in peace. I can drink my coffee in peace. I was listening to Snow Allegra very, very loud in my office, and nobody was there, and I was getting work done, and I felt really, really good. And in addition to that, I have people that I would send voice notes to. So that was also something I look forward to as well. Listening to the voice notes, catching up, doing all of that. And can we talk about voice notes for like 2 minutes, please? Voice notes are amazing. During my most depressive moments, for me to get integrated back with speaking to people, it was voice notes. Because I don't like texting originally. Like I'm not a texter. I prefer either being in person or talking on the phone. But because I was depressed, I didn't want to do either. So it was just like, let's hang out. No. Oh, I'm going to call you later. Yeah, I'm busy. Like, I just didn't want to talk to people like that. But I found that voice notes was bomb because, like, I could say what I have to say and you could listen to it when you want. And I could listen and respond when I want. So I love it. Till this day, I still love voice notes. It is just, I love it. Now, I still love being with people and I still love talking on the phone, but I love a voice note. It's just so convenient because sometimes I have like a good 4 minutes and maybe not for a call, but I could say what I have to say in 4 minutes, So I loved it. So I looked forward to like hearing my friends' voice notes. I look forward to that. So there was one day I did that. I woke up early. I went to Starbucks. I got my coffee. It was exactly how I loved it. I got a vanilla sweet cream cold brew with the foam on top, a grande. So I got my coffee, and it's like, when you go to a spot so much, like people know you. So when I walk in, the guy looked at me, nodded his head like, yep. And I'm like, yep, right? Because my order never really changed. So I get my coffee. It was a beautiful brisk, those days where it's just very brisky. It's just nice. And the weather's like perfect. So it was a really nice day that day. I got my coffee. I go to work. Nobody's there. I turn on my computer. I put Snow on. I'm praying to God. I'm talking to him out loud. Nobody's there. I'm putting Snow on. I'm listening to her. I open up my emails. I respond to everybody. And mind you, nobody's there because I was there at 7. I don't start work until 9. So I was there super early and I enjoyed that peace. By the time 9 o'clock came, it was like, oh, hey, everybody. Like I already mentally prepared myself for people, And then I would do things like during my lunch break, I would take a couple of minutes to just breathe. Or I would go to, there was like this complex area, and it wasn't like this beautiful area, but they had like this beautiful like fountain. And I would go there for like 15 minutes, park my car, and just watch the fountain. And then I would go back to work. So essentially what I was doing was finding these pockets of time to create my peace. And this is where pockets of peace comes in, right? So pocket of peace is intentionally making time for you to slow down. intentionally making time for you to be present, intentionally making time for you to process and breathe and be around the vicinity of something soothing. So it could either be talking to somebody soothing, it could either be music, it could either be this podcast, it could either be silence, it could be meditating, it could be talking to God, but you need to create those pockets of peace. So pockets of peace happens in between time, right? So let's say if I know that I have, let's say it's 5 o'clock, I'm done with work, it's a nice day, I know that I have to do things when I get home, but I have a good 20 minutes. I will go to the park and look at the water and talk to God for 20 minutes. That is my pocket of peace. I will wake up early to prepare for my pocket of peace. I will intentionally listen to a sermon. I will intentionally, speak to a friend. I will intentionally take a slow shower. So in the morning, I would wake up a little early, and then I would have a slow morning. And slow mornings consist of a slow shower, because I would wake up in the morning, scrub, rub my body, doing all these things and rushing. But when you create a pocket of peace, you're not rushing. You are smelling everything. Like I remember I had like this soap. It was like a white musk soap from TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx, and I'm putting it out there that I am going to have a partnership with them. I love that store. TJ Maxx, for those who are listening internationally, it's like a discount store of everything. Pots, socks, gummy bears, skincare product, a journal, a pair of shoes, like whatever you need, they got it. So just creating that pocket of peace, creating that space for you to be energetically aligned with yourself in that moment. And I find that when you're going through a rough transition, you need to do things like that. Like sometimes I'll just sit in my car for a few minutes before I go home or before I go into work. I would, be in silence. I would write something, like just, this is my time. This is my time. So we need to do that, because I think what happens is we tend to overthink. Like there was a time where I was not sleeping at all. Oh, sleep? No. And even when I tried to go to bed early, like at 9, I just couldn't sleep because I was overthinking, because I was going through a lot, because my mind is thinking about 100 things all at once. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm grateful, I'm all these things, right? And I'm thinking about everything, and I have all these intrusive thoughts. So even though I'm in bed at 9, I wouldn't go to bed until 2:30 in the morning. But then I have work at 9. So I would go to work exhausted. Because my mind was doing too much. It was doing too much. And I found that when I woke up early and I was intentional with every moment of my day, it made me feel like I was doing something more than I was, and I wasn't beating myself as much. Even when I record my episodes, guys, like I have to make sure that energetically I'm in the right space to do so. So that means that I cannot talk to somebody who's going to annoy me. I cannot talk to somebody who's very heavy. I cannot be aggravated, because I don't want to ever bring that energy through this microphone. There is a high level of integrity that I have when it comes to this podcast, because I don't know who I'm touching. And if I'm not in a good space to record, I'm not going to do it, because you're not going to get that energy. I need to be in a space where I can deliver a message properly that you can benefit from. And if I'm not going to do that, that is my responsibility to know, like, Erica, you're not in a space, don't do it. So even when I do this, when I record, I give myself pockets of peace. I have to make sure that my morning is going in a smooth way for me to be here right now. Or if I am recording in the morning, to make sure, like, what do I need to record? Mentally, physically, what do I need? A pocket of peace could be you and God just having a conversation, just chopping it up. I will say that when you're going through a rough transition, sometimes talking to God or being spiritual, that's like in the back burner. What I love about God is that there is no appointment to come back to him. There is no, oh my God, I feel like God's not going to talk to me. Like, he's not petty, right? So the beautiful thing about him, which I thank him all the time for this, is that he's so forgiving and he's welcoming us with open arms, which I love. A pocket of peace in creating that, it could be journaling, writing down your thoughts. A pocket of peace could be going to the park, being by the water, looking at the trees. A pocket of peace could be either making your coffee or getting your coffee exactly the way that you want and having that moment to yourself. Creating a pocket of peace requires you to be intentional. Being intentional requires you to be present. Being present requires you to be mindful. So what that means is when you are waking up and you're looking at your week, can you go to the park this week? Can you phone a friend this week? Can you treat yourself to some coffee or green juice this week? Can you go to dinner alone? That's another pocket of peace I used to do. Go to lunch alone, go to dinner alone, and just enjoying my meal, watching a funny show by myself. Can we do that? Reading a book is a pocket of peace. All of these things are considered the POP experience. Because essentially, when you pop something, it's like boom, right? What you're doing is you're trying to get that boom for yourself, for your soul. And it's like I needed more. Like, even though I was so happy to have events to look forward to, this was something for me. It didn't really require me to be with anybody. It was just like, yo, I need a boost, and I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. So I found that listening to sermons in the morning, that picks me up. I found that having time to really sip my coffee and enjoy it, that really helps me too. Because what I hated was buying coffee and then it's like noon and the coffee's disgusting because all the ice has melted, because I love iced coffee. I don't do hot. So all the ice has melted and it's like, dang, I wasted my damn coffee. So, having the opportunity to sip slow and enjoy, having the opportunity to write, the pocket of peace, I'm just giving you guys some examples. It's whatever. If you're a musician, playing your music. If you're an artist, drawing. If you're a seamstress in fashion, making a garment. Whatever brings you a sense of calm, where your blood pressure is down, is considered a pocket of peace. These are small moments during the day that you are being intentional with, instead of scrolling on your phone, instead of, not overthinking, right? It's like, I can go to the park and think, because thinking in nature is a little different. I will say that thinking in nature versus thinking at home is a little different. So I challenge you to think about, how can you create a pocket of peace today? How can you be intentional today? What can you do to really help cultivate that into your life on a day-to-day basis? What can you do? Is it waking up a little earlier? Is it organizing your room? Is it taking breaks and going outside when you're at work? Is it taking a walk? What does that look like for you? And how can you incorporate that intentionally? Because it's not just one day. This is something you have to do on a daily basis. And I have found that it has helped me. And I really, really hope that it helps you too. I really do, because having that pocket of peace really does something to your day, to your week, to your month, and eventually your year if you keep it up. So, yeah, guys, I hope that you take heed to it and you try it out. And you know that all these things you're doing is steps to better. All these things that you're doing is steps to better. Everything is steps to better, and you are going to get better. These are just certain tactics we can do to just kind of help give us a little bit of a boost. I trust that you're going to be well and popping and beautiful, because you're in luxury, boo. You are in luxury. As always, I love to hear your feedback. If you found this to be helpful in any way, please let me know on SAVETHEGOODGIRL.com. I have a contact section there, or on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Threads, all of that. And let me know what pocket of peace you've created. I would love to hear your pocket of peace. What does that look like to you? What does that mean to you? Let me know how you popping. Because, I mean, you already are popping. Now we're like super popping. I'll see you on Friday. We got so much to talk about.